Good evening. Welcome to Weekend. I'm your host, Eric Farmer. Today is Saturday, March 7th, 2026. And yeah, finally got some snow up here in Colorado after the cold or the warmest, driest winter I've ever seen up here. But yeah, we got about a foot of snow yesterday. And then now today, the wind has kicked up. It's windy all day long, and it's not nice to be outside. I didn't go outside much at all today. But yeah, the wind kicked up, and it's just destroying the snow again. You know, they're calling for like the next 7 to 10 days. Like it looks like it's just wind every day. So yeah. This little bit of snow that we got is going to be fucking gone, destroyed, evaporated, blown to fucking Kansas. So basically, our foot of snow that we got is not going to do any help to the drought. It don't seem like, and there's no snow in the 10-day forecast. So it's a mess. But yeah, everything's a goddamn mess these days, man. Oy vey. How did we get into this fucking mess? It's kind of depressing, man, lately, man. I gotta say, man, everything just keeps skyrocketing, man. I can't, they're definitely trying to destroy us with economic warfare. It's what can you do, man? Oy vey. Losing it, man. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers, man, and I can't sustain this any much longer. Everything just keeps going up, and I can't, replenish my resources faster than they're being drained away. It's not looking good, man. But yeah, there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world right now, and it's just going to get a whole lot fucking worse. So hold on to your fucking ass. We're in for a heck of a ride coming up here in 2026, it looks like. And yeah. Of course, we're talking about the war with Iran. And man, that's unbelievable. So, of course it's unbelievable, but there's so much information out there, like conflicting information on everything, depending on who you listen to. So if you listen to the United States government, we're dominating this world. We're killing them. Everything's going United States way. But if you listen to some other people, it's not going so great for America or Israel. It's just so much shit, man. The fog of war, you don't know what the fuck to believe, man, because there's so much. They're just flooding the internet with all this information, and like the television everywhere, the radio, you name it. Any sort of media that there is available is being flooded with just conflicting information. So you don't know what the fuck to believe, That's the whole idea, It's like you get so overwhelmed with all this different reports and like, you can't believe anything. And then there's AI on top of that, as we call it. How I feel about AI. It's not really intelligence whatsoever, but this hearing Orange IO stooge possibly issue boot Orange IO stooge, yeah, but everybody calls it, that's one thing that kind of bothers me, is everybody says it's Trump. It's Trump that's doing this. Trump ain't doing nothing, man. He's just a fucking puppet on a string, man. There's people behind the scenes that want this shit to happen. And Trump is their front man, But people just believe everything that Trump is really in control. It's not true. But yeah, it's the Trump have to pretend like he's really in control and he's calling all the shots. I don't believe that at all. Hey, maybe I'm wrong, man. I can always be wrong, you know. Maybe Trump is in control of everything, but in my opinion, I strongly fucking doubt it. He just reads a script, you know. It's not like he even has masters. He's given a script every day to read. You know, that's my opinion of the true power of the president. Satan Yahoo has his hand up Trump's ass. Satan Yahoo is the marionette. Possibly, but I think he's a puppet. There's people that control him too. You know, he reads a script just like Trump does. There's people in control of the world that are like the Dark Lord of the Sith in Star Wars. You know, there are people like that are that fucking wicked and evil that control everything. It boggles the mind to think about. I wish I didn't know all this stuff, man. Oh, really? Don't tell me the Vatican. Yeah. The Vatican's more like it. It's like the dark Sith, man. You know, they infiltrate those positions. You know, everybody prays to them and worships them, but they're really the Sith. I don't know, man. You know, all these movies that we've been shown all our lives, they have, you know, they're telling us something. You know, there's a reason why in Star Wars the most evil fucking dude in the galaxy was in control of everything. But yeah, it's really, and you know, the effects are the big problem with this war, right? I mean, we haven't even begun to feel the effects that we, you know, the economy is going to go so shit. Everybody's talking about it. I hope not. Well, you know, they also wear tiny hats. Yes. Isn't that interesting, huh? They're all in cahoots. It sounds like all these tiny hat wearing motherfuckers. Yeah, it's been an interesting week though, man. But yeah, the one thing for sure is we the people are going to suffer. I was just watching Monograph live stream, man. He's talking about there's going to be an attack on the 4th of July. An attack on the United States on our 250th anniversary of the United States, supposedly. The 4th of July, Independence Day. I'm thinking maybe anything's possible, man, but I strongly doubt it, man. I've heard Monograph make predictions before, and it ends up not happening. Didn't go down quite the way that Monty predicted, but we'll see. You know, he could be right. What? Oh, 6:37 p.m. Yes, that was the time a minute ago. Totally unjust, unmoral, unprovoked attack on Iran. 3,000-year-old so that mother is the Zionist Rothschild. Yeah, that's the way they want to, you know, present it to the world. But you know, it's been planned for a long time, for sure. I mean, it's not like Iran didn't know it was coming either. They've had a lot of time to prepare. You know, it depends on who you listen to. If you listen to the spokesman for the U.S. government, the United States is just dominated. You know, we're in total control over Iran right now. You know, if you listen to their spokesman, you know, he gives like a briefing every day. And yeah, according to him, we have total air supremacy over Iran. You know, we've taken out their whole navy. We're controlling the fucking canal there, whatever that, the Strait of whatever it's called. We're controlling the strait. And yeah, it's only a matter of time before they start putting ships back through there, because Iran can't do nothing about it. Now, you know, that's it. That's if you listen to our spokespersons for the United States government. But if you listen to other people, it's not going quite as well as that. It's like they want us to believe. Yeah, right on. William Eddie on location. Nice, yeah. But yeah, it's you know, Monty said it'll be a false flag on the United States on July 4th, and they'll blame it on Iran. But you know, so I think, yeah, I'm sure that there'll be something's going to happen, but I don't know if it's going to happen right on the 4th of July. Jason S., how you doing? Good times we're having this week. All this craziness, man. I don't know, man. I haven't bought gas in a little while. I've heard it's already going up. So how high will it go? I think we're going to start. We might see $10 a gallon gas here in the United States. You know, it's bad, man. The economy is fucking just insane, man. They're just sucking the resources out of people faster than they could be replenished. Strait of Hormuz, that's it. Heard it was closed by. Yeah, but according to the U.S. government, they have it all under control. They're controlling the Strait of Hormuz. They've destroyed the entire Iranian Navy. And they have complete air superiority over Iran. And they can just do whatever they want and just attack whoever they want and like destroy whatever they want. And Iran can't do nothing about it. That's what I heard yesterday from the spokesman for the Pentagon, right? Every single war we have, right? They have this fucking guy that comes out and tells us the story on a daily basis. And he said, it's just beginning. The striking has just begun. We're not going to stop until we feel like we're going to stop. It's just, it sounds like a total fucking psycho, man. Mr. Adam's apple. Yeah. Not good news, man. I'm embarrassed and ashamed to be in America. Yeah, everybody hates America, man. I don't blame them. You know. I mean, I love the people here, man. But man, what our fucking leadership is doing, and the way that, you know, Americans are like a bunch of fucking abused children, man. Americans are a bunch of abused redheaded stepchildren being fucking just fucked over by the government and the corporations. You know, they really treat us like they're cattle, man. You know, just they're not even trying to fucking pretend they're not anymore. You know, yeah, a lot of crazy shit going on, man. Sad, man. A lot of people are gonna perish through this shit, man. You know, but I remember like a week or two ago, I was talking about my cousin who is getting ready to leave this world, man. And I actually saw him this week, man. You know, I haven't seen him in a long time. And like for the whole 21st century. Like I think the last time I saw him was in like 2001 or something. You know, he was like he moved around a lot and stuff. So yeah, we just kind of, you know, we were really close when we were young, and then over the 21st century, we just kind of drifted apart. But anyways, I finally saw him. He came to Colorado back, and man, yeah, it's just so sad, man, to see this guy, man. He's really, you know, in my mind, I just want him to go, man, because he's suffering so bad. And man, he's such a tough motherfucker, man. He's like 55 years old. And man, he stayed the night at my house, man, and fuck. Oh my God. He's got like some kind of, intestinal cancer. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but oh my God. He had to use the bathroom all night long, and like he would go in there and just scream. Oh, I just can't imagine how, man, the suffering that he's going through, man. I don't think I could do it, man. I'd have to end my life, man. I don't think I could go through something like that, man. But he's really tough, man, He's got a daughter and grandchildren, He's determined he's just gonna suffer until he dies, man. It's just it's really sad. I love that guy so much, man. We grew up together. And it just kills me to see him going through that, man. God. And his mind's kind of gone, I think, from all the medication that he's on. But he actually drove up here himself. But his brother, my other cousin, lives down not too far away from here, maybe 30 miles, 40 miles. But yeah, I think we're all burnt out, man. Yeah, it's just it just gets to be depressing, man. When you every time you go to the store, you notice that the prices have gone up, not just a little bit, but pretty, 5-10% every time. Fuck, man. I just got my property tax bill. Fucking 25%. $500 it went up. They're just sucking the fucking life out of us, man. It wasn't enough already. Now they want another $500 this year. And next year will be another like $1,000. They're just sucking us fucking dry, man. I guess unbelievable. I keep saying saying things wrong. Obviously, hopefully it's not early dementia. Yeah. Man, my uncle died of dementia, man. It was sad. I just watched him go crazier and crazier his whole life until he died at like the age of 73. I didn't know that you could die of dementia. I didn't even know. I just knew but I knew there was something wrong with him. He had serious issues mentally, but I didn't realize he had dementia. I just thought he was fucking just fucked up in the head, but he was literally fucked up in the head. I'm not really sure what dementia does to you, man, but yeah, I see what it done to my uncle. But I mean, physically, it just it's like your brain just rots away. I think, I don't know. But he had a lot of head injuries when he was younger. I think that's what caused him. Like he played a lot of football when he was a kid. He was always bam. He was like a fullback. So he was always fucking bam, going head on with people, And then he played in college football a little bit. And I think all that fucking head injuries playing football, man. He even got his jaw broken playing football. And then he just gradually went insane after that over his whole lifetime. So it finally killed him, man. But yeah, he was. I didn't really understand, I just thought there was, something wrong mentally with him, man. I didn't realize it was a physical problem going on. You think when someone's crazy, it's like because of what they've been through in their life, oh, the shit that they've been exposed to, but you never really think that it's something physical going on. But yeah, at least he's no longer suffering, man. And yeah, I really can't wait. I really want my cousin to just pass away as quick as possible, because he's suffering so bad. I think when he came up here, he didn't bring no medicine with. He didn't, no painkillers or nothing. So he was like, because his mind is just kind of gone. It's really weird, man. But yeah, I just like, I'm gonna go down and hang out with him on one hand, but on the other hand, it's so hard on me too. Being around and just seeing him in that state. It's like, can I take it anymore? More, just let it go. And I know he's going to die soon. I know he's going to die within the next month. Like 2 months ago, they gave him 2 months. And, he doesn't really realize that in his mind. He doesn't really understand that how quickly he's I guess, I don't know, it's just a weird thing when a person's dying like that, man. Their mind kind of doesn't work right anymore, No, but my cousin's not dying my uncle died of dementia. My cousin's dying of like some kind of, intestinal cancer. It's just so, he's not dead yet. He's dying, man. It's just so brutal, man. I mean, he's like my younger brother almost, man. But even though we drifted apart for a lot of years. How old was your aunt when she died of dementia? Yeah, my uncle was a shell of his former self also. He made it along quite a ways to age of 73. But yeah, towards the end of his life, like the last 5-10 years, man, he was, and I didn't really understand it, that it was a physical problem with him, I just thought that he had seen some crazy shit in his life and it just drove him insane. I don't know. 40% increase in water costs here. Fuck. Your grandma had it too, yeah. And it's sad to see someone. I didn't see. Nobody knew that he had dementia. I mean, we knew that there was something really wrong with him, and it was like, yeah, he would just carry on and on and on and on about shit, and like just drive you insane. He would just tweak on shit, and even though he wasn't on any drugs, he would just like tweak on something for hours and hours and hours. It's weird. Yeah, it's where they forget who their kids are. That's really sad. Yep, that's the big thing about it. It's like it's kind of messes with the hard wiring of 83. Wow, she lived a long time. Us, we can't hope to live to 83 in our generations. Most of us will die long before 83, I believe. But who knows, man? U.S. fucking up the world. Us fucking up the world. A lot more of it now. I'm sure the metals we breathe aren't helping. Yeah, all the fucking shit in the sky day after day after day. Well, we had a nice snowstorm here yesterday, and like over a foot of snow. It's like, yeah, finally we're getting some hot, well-needed snowfall. We've had the driest warm. And of course, this morning, as soon as the sun came up, man, it was beautiful blue skies, and the fresh snow out there. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And then all of a sudden, the wind started blowing. We didn't get no shit in the skies, but we got the winds, and they just started eating at the snow real quick, like right away. And yeah, and then I'm looking at the forecast, like the 10-day forecast, like there's only 2 days that aren't windy, and they'll probably be windy. The next week of fucking wind, it's gonna just destroy that little bit of snow that we got. That 1 foot or a little more than a foot. It's going to be blown to smithereens. That's what's happened all year. We haven't had this. This is the biggest snowstorm we've had of this winter. Yeah, it'll blow away. We won't get no benefit from it at all. A lot more of it now, so I'm sure the metal will be there. Dave, we heard that also via nanoparticles, strontium, barium, aluminum, they are spraying. Yeah, I've known that for a long time. I've never tested it myself, but I started getting interested in that kind of thing, like in 2010, when the fucking Gulf oil spill happened, right? That was a big awakening for me, man. When the whole, what was it called? BP oil spill, British Petroleum, also known as bad people. Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird thing that happened. Yeah, you never really hear much about it anymore, huh? It's like, oh, this is going to affect the Gulf for decades, centuries. They'll never claim that. I don't know. I haven't been there. But what videos I've seen, it doesn't really look that bad. They over-exaggerate this shit, Like according to the experts, fucking the Chernobyl, no, not Chernobyl, yeah, Chernobyl, and also the one that happened, Fukushima, right? That happened, in 2011? I thought we were all going to be dead in a few years, according to all the experts. The whole ocean was supposed to die off. I've seen videos recently of people catching all kinds of fish out of the ocean. So they got people believing in a lot of fucking BS, man. This nuclear shit is so deadly. Yeah, people believe that for decades and decades. I don't buy it, man. I think everything about nuclear is a hoax. But that's just me, man. I'm crazy like that. I don't know why the powers that be have to come up with all these elaborate hoaxes. You know what? Because that's how they control the fucking masses. They must control us. And they do it through fear. So goddamn, a whole generation after generation was scared shitless of a nuclear war. So yeah, I think like that one dude said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. He was right, man. Fear is the worst thing in the world, man. Fear kills you real slow. Living in fear is like, it eats away at your soul, man. So you got to just fuck it, When I found myself, I don't give a shit about this, man. This too will pass. I'm going to put it in a higher power, trust in a higher power, and I'm not going to sit here and let my fucking guts eat itself out by worrying and fearing, It doesn't work. It doesn't help at all. But man, it sure is a natural instinct of humans. That's how they control us. Their number one control mechanism, fear, fear, fear. We're just going to be scared shitless. The world is at war. The economy is going down the toilet. And we're all going to fucking die. Do you believe it was sabotage? I believe it was the deep horizon. They made a ton of shekels off this dispersant exit. Yeah. I don't know, man. But I have my I have my doubts. It's just it was really a huge news story to fucking freak everybody out. Yeah. Maybe the whole thing was fucking faked. Who knows? These people are known for elaborate fucking hoaxes. If it's all over the media, you should question it. Anything that's all over the media is a psychological operation, in my opinion, for the masses of people. So it's gotten really weird now because, in our time, like even back then, people got their information from the television, Since then, in the last 16 years, since 2010, more and more people have gotten their information from the internet and got rid of their televisions. So now they got to take control of the internet. And that's a big part of the equation, right? They're coming out with internet ID and fucking, you're going to have ID to go on the internet pretty soon. That's the plan. And that's fucking bullshit, man. You have to get a facial scan. Please put your eyes closer to the camera so we can facially ID you so that we know who you are. And we can more accurately monitor all of your online activity, even though they monitor it all now anyways, so fuck. E. Salveson, what's happening by that? It's the only view. Oh no, I got 2 viewers of the ranch here tonight. Fuck yeah. Cheers, boys. But yeah, that was a big eye opener for me. And then that's when I started noticing all the, I really got into the, to the YouTube conspiracy theory community. And now it's all gone. But it was really good for up until maybe 2015, 16. And then they started fucking erasing all the videos. If you go and look for this shit, all the videos are gone now. September 21, 2021, I should say. What happened in September of 2021? Most of those videos are gone now. I mean, there's still a few out there, but not the. But yeah, it's really interesting how the 21st century is played out. YouTube, awesome before Google took over. But it was all planned out, man. The whole thing. They wanted to get everybody involved in YouTube real quick and make it the center of all internet activity. Everybody posted their videos on there. Everybody watched all their videos. So they got everybody all in on it before they started changing it, like in 2012. It used to be really cool. Supposedly, it was all organic, right? Google bought it up, but no, it was all planned out, man, right from the beginning, in my opinion. But it was cool. It was way better. Had a really cool channel that you could customize everything about your channel. You could have all kinds of pictures and it was fucking really cool. You could customize so much shit on your channel. Now everybody's channel is like their jail cell. It's all the same. That's really hard to remember those days, man. But yeah, all changed through the 2010s. We're going to have new changes coming up. More new changes coming up. The change. And I got so pissed off at it back then. I actually deleted my old channel. Fuck YouTube, man. Maybe it was 2011 or something. And I deleted my channel, and I was like, fuck this, man. I can't take this shit anymore. And then I was like, yeah. I ended up starting this channel in 2012. biometrics they're using it in Gaza. Those poor people have been terrorized and going through hell. Yeah. It's just unbelievable, man, how fucking insane these people are, man. They're just like the Borg. That's what it is. It's the fucking Borg taking over, mechanizing people's fucking minds. Really, really bizarre, man. What they call it? They call it technocracy. It's like 1984. You know, all that kind of shit. It's really fucking creepy, man. Well, you know, this force exists that wants to control everything. It's really, really evil, man. Oh, here comes that wind again. I'm gonna get fucking wind. It's gonna eat up our little bit of snow that we got. We had a nice over a foot snowfall. The wind is just fucking destroying it as usual. Yeah, god damn. I can't believe there's anybody left in Gaza. Those people are whoever's left there are very, very tough people. They're like fucking cockroaches, man. You can't exterminate them. Very, very, but no, I'm not saying they're like cockroaches, but they must be really, really hardy people, because I couldn't believe anybody could still live in Gaza. It's just you'd have to be crazy to stay there, but where are they going to go, right? It's really fucked up, man. But what fucking technocratic Orwellian dystopia? Yes. Flew over on hang low gliders. Yeah. We had to kill them all. They were flying over us on hang gliders. They were dropping Molotov cocktails on our tanks. You know, they were trying to fucking really hurt us. So we just got to wipe them all off the fucking face of the earth. They are a resilient people. Yes. I can't believe any of them are still alive. How the fuck are they living there? But you never hear much about it anymore. They're keeping it all hush hush. Like what's happening in Israel right now. From what I understand, they're really clamping down on information flow from Israel. People are being blocked off the internet and shit. They've shut the internet down in Israel. They've shut down all kinds of shit because they don't want people to know how much damage they've taken. You know, it's really fucking weird. You don't hear anything about the damage in Tel Aviv. The sick world, the more you learn, the worse it gets, in never-ending rabbit hole. Oh, yeah. It goes all the way back to the beginning of time. So the beginning of the human race. It all ties together. It's really bizarre. It's all entangled and entwined, and like a bunch of dreadlocks in your hair. But yeah, we'll see, you know. The effects is going to come out in the next over the years to come. We'll start to feel this We haven't felt it yet. You know, it's like getting your hand chopped off, man. You're in shock at first. It takes a while till it sets in. You realize you just got your fucking hand chopped off. You're bleeding to death. And if you don't get some help soon, you're gonna fucking die. The more you learn, the worse it gets. Yep. It's like, yeah, I wish I didn't learn. I wish I still lived in utter fucking, what's the word? Ignorance. I used to not give a shit about what was going on in the world whatsoever. Then the 21st century happened, and I started learning about things. You know, there was plenty of shit that happened in the 20th century too. Don't get me wrong. And all the centuries before that. But I didn't really give a shit about it till maybe the mid 2000s. I started to really start to question things. Somebody told me some things back then, and it kind of made me think a little deeper. Sir, I think you've had too much to think. I'm not to ask you to step out of the car. I think you've had too much to think. Those flock cameras on the road, they have an app where you can see all of them. Wow. You know exactly where you are. Yeah, if they want to, yeah. If they want to track you. Most people carry their own tracking device. Not me, but most people do. Sometimes I carry my iPad with me. And, you know, that can be tracked too. It pings with every single tower around, and you don't even know it. I found out. I found a way to look at the records, and it everywhere I take it, it tells me exactly where I've been. Because there's like tower, like I think it pings with cell phone towers and other things. So even if you're just carrying like some other kind of device that's not a phone, they can still track you with it, even though it's not a phone. If they wanted to track you, I mean. But yeah, though the AI is constantly tracking you. So every move you make is being tracked and stored on your file. So they can always go back through your files and fucking know exactly where the fuck you've been. That's what it does to everybody. And that's why they need so much data centers and shit, because they store all that shit. Dude, these people are so paranoid. They got to store every fucking nanobyte of terror. Nanobyte of information they can get on you, where you've been, and it's all stored away. And they got these fancy computer programs that can go through it and sift through all the data like that fast. Well, it would take us fucking centuries to sift through all that data. These machines do it like instantly. But the Israelis won't allow paragliders in Gaza with all the checkpoints, etc. Besides, I believe it takes much training to fly one probably. Yeah, man. Didn't you see the episode of Star Wars where the Ewoks attacked the Empire? Didn't they have like hang gliders? They were like dropping rocks on them and shit. And they defeated highly technologically advanced Empire with their primitive weapons, like hang gliders, and fucking catapults, fucking slings. See, it goes to show you, man, basic technology, basic is in the end will be like, they say that World War III will be fought with fucking nuclear bombs and all that shit, and directed energy weapons and all the shit that they have today. But they say World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. My mom said it's real. I saw it on TV. I said, yeah, well, movies look real too. It's got to be real, man. They were talking about it on the news. Whatever's on the news is real. Fuck them, Eric. Have you heard the Iranians are targeting Israel data centers? No. That's real. That's serious, man. That's yeah, that's what the big fear is, right? They're gonna do a cyber attack, take out the whole fucking United States grid, but it won't be Iran. They'll be blamed on Iran. Yeah, fuck data centers. Yeah, I agree. That would be interesting. That would be amazing if they could get some kind of a cyber attack that would just destroy all the fucking data centers from within. I don't think it's possible, but yeah, it's really bad, man, that they're turning the world into a giant fucking computer chip, to you sucking up all the resources. I think a cyber attack plan will be in digital currency. Bring it on. But that doesn't make sense, man. How would a cyber attack bring in digital currency? You think that would make physical currency more valuable? Gold. Buy gold, man. I know it's skyrocketing, but it ain't going to get no cheaper. Level everything right then like they want. Wipe out bank accounts. God damn. Yeah, don't have much money in the banks, folks. Yeah. But yeah, the price of everything today is it's really gotten insane. They raised my property tax 25% this year. It's like they would just suck more money out of the fucking poor fucking people that don't have any money. And if they don't, we'll just come and steal their house because they can't pay our fucking extortion. We'll make them believe that they own their house, but we can just keep raising their property taxes. To where, I don't own my house. I rent it from the government. It's fucked, man. You get all kinds of benefits from your property taxes. No, not really. I don't use any of them. Will you drive on the road? Well, the roads are paid for through the gasoline taxes. No. Computer screen on paper. Most keep hard currency. Yeah. Most don't keep hard currency. Yeah. Because, man, that's what they want to cash the society, man. They want people to have hard currency. More, eventually hard currency is going to be obsolete. But, they still need it, man. These fucking sick bastards, they need a way to do fucking, transactions, anonymously, right? So they still need cash so that they can't be traced. But yeah, eventually they'll find a way to do away with cash. I'm sure they already have. Because they don't want us using cash, man. That's one of their biggest enemies is fucking cash, because they can't control every little thing about it. They want people on a digital currency that is, programmable and has an expiration date. That's the thing. It's like total slavery, man. Here's your money. You got to spend it by this amount of time or it's no good anymore. Therefore, you cannot save money, right? Therefore, you can never become wealthy. Because if you don't spend that money in a certain amount of time, it expires. So therefore, you cannot have a savings. You cannot, acquire, you cannot store wealth. That's what they want, man. Only they can have wealth, not you. So yeah, fuck. It's pretty fucked up, man. It gets to people to the point where they're saying, damn, you just can't win this fucking game. They're making life no fun anymore, man, whatsoever. Yeah, today was no fun. Couldn't even go outside. Every time I went outside, the wind was like whoosh, blowing snow in my face. Hopefully, we'll get more snow, and we need it, but it's not in the forecast. The wind is eating up the snow that we got. So yeah, and I don't think it's all 100% natural. You know what I mean? You know me, man. I don't believe the weather is totally natural. I just put it like that. I don't want to use certain terms, but because certain terms. Anyways. Oh, that's another weapon they're using against us. So yeah, they're war. It's a war on the United States population in so many different ways, and by this war in the Middle East, it's really a war on us. That's the bizarre thing. So yeah, it should be real interesting to see how this all plays out. And I don't think it's gonna make for a lot more hard times, for sure. Sadly, man, I wish I could say, man, we got great times coming ahead. I'm optimistic about the future. No. Sadly, I'm fucking pessimistic about the as anybody with half a brain would be, right? I'm not saying I have half a brain. Programmed to kill via Al. I mean AI. Yeah. These new robot. They got robot armies like you couldn't believe. They don't even really need like humanoid robot army. No, the robots they have are way more deadly than like the Terminator. It looks like it, but yeah, they developed the Terminators so they could infiltrate into their human society. They're underground, and they could get in there, and once they got in amongst all the people, they could just kill them all. That's why they were the Terminators. So they had to create a robot that looked like a human, because the people had learned how to, recognize and hide from the other robots that they were out. That was like how the movie Terminator was, based on, right? But now the real robots they have are way more fucking insidious, man. I mean, just the fucking mentality of these fucking sick motherfuckers to create these killing machines is just, oh my God, just insane. You've seen a video entitled "Allow Rabbis to Speak for Themselves." If not, you should check. Allow rabbis to speak for themselves. All right. If I remember, I'll check that out. Maybe I should write it down, but I don't feel like going and getting a pen and paper and writing it down right now. I'm sure it'd be very enlightening. Is it on? Where do you? I'm sure it's not on YouTube. Maybe it is. Even all, there's no really good video sites anymore. They've all been compromised, you might say. BitChute still, it's decent. I don't watch it very much. YouTube is just fucking homogenized entertainment. It's not really having much education on there anymore on YouTube. The only thing educational, no. They try to put out videos that seem educational, but they're just stupid as fuck. And they just waste your time. And it's just some fucking AI bullshit. It's always AI bullshit, and it's all just nonsense. They're just filling the world with fucking nonsense. But AI slop, and you just waste your time looking at AI slop. Insane. IT for the time being. Yeah, it's really weird, man. What the world has become. They've trained the population for a long, incrementally, just step day by day by day by day. They introduced the fucking smartphone, 2007 or something, almost 20 years ago, since the first smartphone came out. Look at how stupid the fucking world has become. Everywhere you go, people are just like zombies looking at their fucking phones, man. So sick of it. If you're one of them zombies looking at your phone, go fuck yourself. Yeah, it's complete madness, dude. How much I missed the world before the 21st century. But you could just see how it was all planned out, man. How it was all designed and planned out, by somebody who has a lot more knowledge than we do. And most people don't understand that, man. They're just like slaves to the fucking grind, right? They're a slave to their fucking cell phones, man. They can't even have a job unless they have a cell phone. Convenience turned into control. Exactly what I'm trying to say. You can't work here unless you have a cell phone. That's the way it is, man. That's why I don't work for anybody anymore. They all want me to have a control device. For one, there's a lot of reasons why I can't work for people anymore. And then everything makes everything so fucking easy and convenient. All you got to do is download this app and takes care of all the information, and we'll just put debits onto your account. That's how you get paid. So nobody has to do anything. It's all done by the fucking AI. I'm sick of it, dude. It's like we're becoming the fucking Borg, man, like in Star Trek. Dopamine hits little by little. Yeah. All these fucking sci-fi movies we grew up watching, man, they were all telling us about this shit. But the reality is much fucking worse than the movies were. You know? The movies were telling us about it, but the reality is even more fucking mind fucking than any movie I ever seen. Yeah, what a fucking sanity we're living through, man. God damn. People don't get it. Most people just don't fucking see it at all. At all. They just love the convenience. Well, look, we can do everything with our little app here. We don't have to think about nothing. The app just tracks everything you do. And then nobody has to do anything. That's how they get you, man. Convenience. You know, streamlining things. So if everybody has a cell phone, it streamlines business. What about a person or a smartphone or a device? Well, then we'll find someone else who does. So you can't fucking win. I refuse it, dude. I'd rather die than live that fucking, you know. So that's why I'm a 3%er. I'm one of the 3% of people in the United States that doesn't have a fucking smartphone. That's a fact. Look it up. Only 3% of the population. 97% has a fucking cell phone, and like 92% has a smartphone. Question: why anyone here feel threatened by Iran prior to the preemptive attack? Not particularly, no. But yeah, you know, who knows what's really going on, man. You know, I have one theory that says that all the governments work together to control the people. So, you know, it's all a game, man. The whole thing is a game designed to kill off a lot of the population as they want to, for one. And yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what war has always been about, man. It's always been a way that the leaders would get together and say, all right, we're gonna have a war. We need to get rid of some of these people. We'll just make up some bullshit story and have a war, and we'll kill off a bunch of people. Because yeah, these people are becoming a problem, so we need to cull them off a little bit. And we just tell them a bullshit story. You know, that's how they've always done it. That's why they created the world in different people and different religions and different languages. So that it made it easier for us to fucking wage war on one another. It's all been planned out since the beginning, man. Come on, man. You don't understand that? That's why they created different religions, different countries, different languages. It made it easier for the powerful people to control the masses. You know, that's what people don't understand. So all the leaders work together and they have wars. They kill off people and they cause economic hardship. But it's always the masses of the people that suffer through this shit and die and starve to death and fucking, you know, have to suffer economic turmoil. That's what's going to happen to us here in America, man. It's an economic war going on. They're killing us with economics and a lot of other things. But yeah, it's a multi faceted war that they're waging on the American people. Don't even get me started. Oh, I've already been started for a while. I'm sorry. Ooh, there's some gusty winds out there now, blowing our snow to hell. Man hasn't been at war for over 200 years, aside from the Iraq. Nobody cares about the Iraq-Iran war. That didn't count, which was orchestrated by Israel. Really? It's just, what a world, huh? Why does the world have to be like this, man? Why does it have to be fucking war and just killing? Why can't we all just get along? And they say the whole population of the world could fit in the state of Texas. Everybody would have an acre of land. You know, I don't know if that's true or not. You know, I don't know if even the population of the world that they give us, I don't think it's true, man. I think there's not as many people in the world as they tell that. There's not 8 billion people in the world, in my opinion. They love to overestimate the population for some fucking reason. Remember Ollie North? Oh yeah, I do. I'm that fucking old, man. Kind of, sort of. It's kind of a vague memory, man. But I do recognize the name. And he was like, he was being accused of some shit. I don't know. I remember I couldn't stand his fucking face. And he was always on the fucking TV. Yeah. I was a young guy back then. I didn't give a fuck. I was too busy having fun. I remember his face. He was always on TV. Yes. I don't know what it was because I didn't really pay attention back in them days. You know, that was back in the 80s and 90s. Dude, I was always out chasing pussy back in them days. That's all I did. So yeah, it was a long time till like the 21st century when I started paying attention to what was going on in the world. Kind of, sort of. You know, I don't really pay much attention to it, but yeah, right now you can't ignore it. There's just so much garbage going on. Ollie North. Why do you bring up Ollie North? I'm just curious, man. Oh, Ryan's. Why do you bring it up? Rhinesy. Ollie North. Because it was a bullshit story, man. This is another played out fucking media drama that they had back in them days. You know, they love to play out media dramas to keep the masses fucking distracted. That's how it works, right? They just, oh shit, my fire's going out. I gotta save my fire. I don't think it's going to spark back up, but we'll see. But anyways, yeah, here we are in this latest chapter in Earth Wars. It's kind of like it's not as interesting as the movie Star Wars, but it's Earth Wars. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah, it's just not good, man. I look at this whole situation like there's some people like, why the fuck did the United States attack Iran right now? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Well, if you want to destroy America, it makes a lot of sense. They always accusing Iraq of trying to build a bomb. That's the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Impetus behind this action. Well, we must stop them. We will tell you this right now. Iran will never have a, you know what? Because, they've been trying to make one for a long time. And I assure you that Iran will never achieve a you know what. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole reason. They make up a story, right? They're trying to build the doomsday device. We can't allow them to have a doomsday device. We killed their leader, and I'll tell you, he was a very evil man. That's what Trump said about their leader. He was a very evil man. Is that like the pot calling the kettle black? No, Trump's our divine leader. He's a Christian. He even said it. I'm a Christian myself. The memory illegal arms sales to Iran was combat. Yes. Yep. I have heard of that. And that was Ollie North was involved in that shit. It was all a big bullshit CIA drama back in the 80s and 90s or whatever. Whenever it happened. Yeah, it was in the 80s, I think, with Ronald Reagan. And it was a stage soap opera. Remember when them Bush jokes about not finding them after thousands of soldiers died? Yeah. Them WMDs got to be somewhere. Yeah, he said that, man, in front of the world. Them WMDs got to be somewhere. I think maybe someone's dog ate them. Yep, the dogs ate the WMDs. Cover for CIA running coke. Yeah. The whole thing is just so goddamn disgusting, really. It's just unbelievable how this horrible and evil the fucking humans are. I wouldn't call these people humans, the ones that are pulling the strings. They've lost their humanity, when they know that what they're fucking doing is so fucking wrong. But you do it anyways. You've lost your humanity. You become a reptile with no human soul. That's what I call a reptilian, man. Someone who has no emotion whatsoever. They can do anything and not feel any emotional consequences like a human would, right? To me, that's what a reptilian is. It's not someone that shapeshifts into a reptile, but it's a person that has no human emotion. They live in the reptilian mind. They say that we all have a part of our brain that is the reptilian mind. It's all about survival, no emotion whatsoever. We all have that part of our mind. Some people live in that part of their mind, and they are the reptilians. They have no real human emotion. And that's what makes a human, is that we have emotion. And I wish I didn't, Emotion is a liability. But it also makes us human. So we, without emotion, we wouldn't have a lot of the great experiences of life. But we also wouldn't have a lot of the hard problem and, misery of life. About 40 years ago, Iran is making a new 40 years ago. And North Korea, right? They're next. We're gonna have to go after North Korea next. It won't be long before they have a missile, that can reach the United States. Yeah. But yeah, they don't want to mess with North Korea because North Korea is like China's little brother. Oh, you want to mess with our little brother, huh? Oh, not a good idea. Well, bombing Iraq back to the Stone Age, George Bush kept saying, "We're going to Mars. We're going to Mars." I don't remember that one, but yeah, possibility. That's what's fucking going on, folks. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We're so fucked. Shit out of luck. Hardwired to self-destruct. Hardwired to self-destruct. That was my Metallica impersonation. Hardwired to self-destruct, folks. Yes, sir. It's unbelievable. But no, it's not unbelievable. It's really quite believable. And all planned out and scripted. And bravo. What do you think about, have you guys heard about the Jim Carrey thing? Everybody's talking about that all over the internet, man. All over YouTube. I'm sure you've heard of it. But yeah, you see that Jim Carrey, it wasn't even him. Why? It's a crazy psyop going on right now. People saying, "Oh, what's going on with Jim Carrey?" It's not him, man. It's definitely not him. The person that took that award in Paris, France, is not Jim Carrey. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way that is not Jim Carrey, man. It's really weird. It's a really weird psyop going on with that. All right, my fire kicked back up. We're so fucked. Shit out of luck. We're so fucked. shit out of luck. Hardwired to self-destruct. I kind of hate that song. Yeah, like a body though. Yeah, fucking Jim Carrey. Yeah, it's definitely not him. You know, in my opinion, you know, I can read faces, man. It's not. It is obviously not him. They want people to know that it's obviously not him for some fucking reason. Because he spoke out. He's one person that had something to say, you know. So could it be all due to plastic surgery, etc.? It's a possibility, but I don't think so. The eyes are a different color. Why would he change his fucking eye color? Because he wanted to have more beautiful eyes. And he could afford it. Or maybe he was wearing contact lenses. But I don't think so, man. Why would he? No, it doesn't make any sense. Men don't fucking do plastic surgery on themselves like that. Come on. Also, facial structure changes over time. Yeah. I've heard all this bullshit before, but it doesn't look like a totally different person. No. What did who say? Yeah. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I think that was not Jim Carrey at that accepted that award in France, but I could be wrong, you know. But I don't believe it was him. Doesn't look nothing like him, not even. Oh yeah, because he had all this fucking plastic surgery, so to make him look. Yeah, it's possible. You're right. If so, he fucked himself up. But yeah, it's interesting to have somebody with a different point of view to argue with. But what did he say? Oh no, I don't know. He spoke in French when he received he did. We all know Michelle Obama. Yeah. And later she was unalive. She was unalive after a while, yes. Did he criticize the time he had? Jim Carrey? Oh yeah. He said some things. I don't know if he really the tiny hats, but he said some things about the Illuminati and the all mocking tongue. I don't know if that was really him or not. I mean, no, that was really him. That was on that talk show where he talked about the Illuminati and the all mocking tongue. But I don't know. It was kind of like, he was joking about conspiracy theorists. Supposedly, he was joking because he was a comedian, right? That's his job, to joke and make, so. The all mocking tongue. So yeah, they were making fun of the conspiracy, movement or whatever they want to call it, They like to make it conspiracy, right? Because that term is really used wrong. And anything that that goes against the mainstream narrative is a conspiracy theory, right? But really, it's not what conspiracy theory means. A conspiracy means two people or more plotting. That's what a conspiracy is. But they label everything as a conspiracy theory. Look at Sharon Osbourne and her daughter. They don't even look like the same. Maybe Sharon got knocked up by somebody else besides Ozzy. Well, that don't make any sense. Didn't carry things that brings dirt. By a prankster murder maker, mask maker named has done this kind of thing. Yes, I've heard that conspiracy theory also. Speaking of conspiracy theories, yeah, it's got the world talking though, don't it? Else has got the world talking is like the $11 hamburger at McDonald's. Yeah. Their new hamburger costs $11. And everybody's talking about the video where their CEO is eating the hamburger. He barely takes a little tiny bite of it. Everybody's talking about it all over the internet. Yeah. But what really gets me is that $11 for a fucking hamburger at McDonald's. That's the world we live in 2026. Let that sink in. A hamburger that costs $11. Oh my God, we're fucked. Let that sink in, man. That's how bad the economic warfare has become. My God, I can't afford to eat at McDonald's, and I wouldn't even if I could, but I ain't gonna lie, I'll stop by there once in a while, grab a cheeseburger, maybe two cheeseburgers. That's what I usually order, just like 2 cheeseburgers, and I won't even stop in there for that anymore. I'd rather go hungry than eat anything from McDonald's. That's what I'm saying. Look at Sharon Osbourne here. They don't even. We were just talking about that. And then I went off this tangent about McDonald's and their $11 fucking hamburger. God, it just boggles my mind that McDonald's is charging $11 for a hamburger. That doesn't even come with a Coke and fries. If you want the Coke and fries, they're going to charge you $15. William Love McDonald's. That's funny. Yeah, well, I do. I used to love McDonald's. Yeah, it was probably why my cousin got fucking cancer. Shit like that. Poison, but good. Yeah, it's really good when you're stoned. Man, it was a fucking Big Mac. That's so good when you're stoned. Or some Domino's pizza back in the day. The Domino's pizza sucks now, but back in the 80s and 90s, it was fucking awesome. I used to eat a lot of Domino's pizza. Like, yeah, I don't feel like you get delivered to your house, man. And if it was 30 minutes, it was free. I got a couple free pies. One time I told the guy, "No, you were late, man." He was like, "Fuck," and he just left me the pizza and then he fucking bailed. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I just fucking stole the pizza. It's like, damn. You know, that was bullshit though, man. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Every once in a while, you do something in life that you're not too proud of. But yeah, my cousin dared me to do it, man. He's like, go out there and tell him he was late. Because like he had like a gated apartment. So like the Domino's guy had to come and like buzz it from the. It's like, well, when you go down there, just tell him, "Now you're fucking late." It was like almost like over 35 minutes, you know? And he was like, "Ah, shit!" And he just fucking gave me the pizza and he just left. I kind of feel bad about it now, but at the time I didn't give a fuck. All right, we just got a free large pizza. And that wasn't even true, dude. It wasn't even true. He wasn't late. I lied to him. I wronged him, man. I wronged that poor guy. You know, I feel bad about it now, but it's too late. You know, but back then, dude, I was poor as fuck. I was glad to have some free pizza. I'm still poor as fuck. Ain't nothing changed. Haven't eaten McDonald's since 2010 or so. Wow, good for you. I haven't eaten much of it. No. Where I live, there ain't a McDonald's within fucking 50 miles, or at least 30 or 40 miles. So yeah, eating McDonald's is not really a choice for me on a daily basis. But most people in America, yeah, there's a McDonald's on every fucking other corner. It's ridiculous. You can't, see a video of the city without a fucking McDonald's somewhere. It seems like a lot of shit happens around McDonald's. You see a lot of fucking cop videos and people getting fucking hassled and arrested by the cops. You always see like a McDonald's sign in the background. Look up Rabbi Finkelstein interview. He talks about McDonald's. Nice. The McDonald brothers, man. They sold out, man. They should have held on. But they could have been cajillionaires if they wouldn't have sold. But you see, the guy that bought it made it what it was. I don't know. I've watched several different videos on like the history of McDonald's. It's a fascinating. Yeah. This fucking guy created the world's first mega fucking corporation, right? It was everywhere. It was a model for corporations to follow. Other Jack McGuire, welcome. I'm saving up for a muck happy an electric motorbike. Nice. You know, that's another thing that pisses me off. Here in America, they're putting all this legislation on fucking electric bikes now, and they want people to pay taxes to drive a fucking electric motorbike. The oral circumcision. Oh, no, we're not going that again. Yeah. The oral circumcision. Get the fuck out of here, man. With that bullshit. Yeah. But yeah, they're making it fucking people have to pay taxes on their fucking e-bikes, have to fucking have a license for they have to have insurance for their fucking e-bikes. The government ruins everything, man. You just can't enjoy life. Eventually they're going to make it for a pedal bike. You're going to have insurance for your pedal bike. You have to have a license for your pedal bike. You have to have an inspection on your fucking pedal bike or your skateboard even. You got to have a license on your skateboard to ride it on the street. So fucking ridiculous it's gotten to be. My God. None of us should have to have a license for anything. No. But if they didn't control everything, then the world would go fucking rogue. We didn't have controls for everything, and guys driving around with fucking armored cars, fucking getting out with fucking guns and shotguns and coming up to your car and ready to fucking do battle against you. So you must comply with their rules. Otherwise, you have to deal with those motherfuckers. What a world. Yeah, there is a class of predators. There always has been, there always will be. And there's also a class of fucking parasites for some reason, and they have a control over the human race. It's like a fucking mental virus. For reals. Right. But anyways, yeah, fuck yeah. It's about time to wrap it up. Stole it enough of fucking StreamYard's bandwidth or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. I love you guys, everybody, for hanging out. And yeah, fuck yeah. We'll see you guys on the next one. What would it take for you to fight and die for Israel? Holy shit. We'll end it on that. I love you guys.